And so, you know, I've been trying to understand what the fuck is happening to me. I've been taking care of my health more than I ever have. And I can't breathe because something inside of me is strategically placing themselves inside my lung to rob me of my oxygen. I can't think because something inside of me is crawling its way into my brain and tearing apart my brain itself. I can't sleep because something has dug its way inside of my glands that produce melatonin, and it steals. My energy cannot flow through my body because something inside of me is forcing it to stagnate and block. And so what do? I try to do yoga, I try to run, but I notice as I start doing this, my lungs quit working. Even though I do breath work every fucking day, my lungs won't work. If I try to lean into it and say, this is just a mental thing, my muscles will shut down and I won't be able to feel anything other than misery and pain inside my body. Now, this is happening to the chosen ones all over the fucking world, right? What happened is, a long time ago, a bunch of people found out that the spirit of this planet, the spirit of God, was free for everybody. And so what did they use? What did they do? They created religion. They created systems and stories to control the spirit of God. That you are one with the Creator. He's not apart from you. Your existence is literally an expression of our Creator, right? But they lied, and they lied to you by using the one thing you have that they don't, and that is your love. And they built a story around Jesus that caters towards love and innocence, and your safety and all of this comes from someone else. But Yeshua was the Christ, and he came to expose religion. He came to expose government, repackaged that, branded it as a story that labels you as a sinner from birth, and that the only way you'll ever be any good is through the use of something else, someone else. But that's not what he stood for. Now, I will tell you this. What you believe, what you truly believe, does shape your reality. But what everyone believes shapes the planet's reality, right? So if every single one of us woke up and saw on the news, even if it wasn't a real event, that something terrible happened, something that really gathered attention, the odds of it being real or changing the timeline, changing the reality of this world is drastically goes up, because the Lord lives within you, right? Your conscious awareness, when you look at something, whether it's real or not, the spirit of this planet commits, it starts implementing the energy to make it a reality. And so if your awareness, if your observation looks at a lie, let's say like something so fucking real looking like AI, your spirit will start to think it's real. And so they're using AI, they're using religion, they're using principalities, systems of oppression for you to observe and your conscious awareness to say, oh look, this happened. And so when it's you believing it, your spirit starts moving as if it's true. And if it's everyone believing it, then everybody's spirit and every spirit on this planet will start to move as if that's true. Now Yeshua was a genius. He was smart. Back then, our consciousness was not able to express such depth. We didn't have the ability to handle the emotions, the shame, the guilt, the pain, the misery inside of us. We had to outsource that truth into something that made sense to us, because we were so primitive back then. We did not have the emotional intelligence, the emotional depth to grow with the spirit here. And he knew that the people needed something to believe in. And so he decided to go through with dying on that cross for two reasons. One is that there was no news. He needed to do something so fucking fast, so important, such a big sacrifice that it would be talked about forever. And that he knew that this is what they would do. He knew exactly how the enemy would respond. It led to thousands of years of peace. But the enemy doesn't quit. And so they slowly start to sink their claws into the story and paint their own story. And they did so in a way through sentiment and emotional bullying, like using the things you love, because they know that the people of this world love deeply, and that if the conditions were met, that this world would be beautiful. But make no mistake, he was a rebel. And make no mistake, there are people here now with the same abilities that he does, that Moses does. I'm one of them, and I guarantee you that if the truth and transparency was added into this world, that every single person in here could command the laws of nature. And I can prove all of this to you by one thing. In the Bible. And the Bible is amazing. When I read the Bible, I see more than just a story. I see the science, I see the celestial movements, I see mathematical, it's beautiful. It really is genius. But it says, do not lean on your own understanding. And that is all this world has done, is they claim to know what they mean in the Bible, to understand what it says. But what if I told you that going through the systems that Christ already says, denying the flesh, following what he said, embodying the way he acted, that you would be able to gain access to the Creator's vast intelligence, that your knowing would align with the truth of how this world works, and that the people here do not want you to know that. And that after he died, that slowly but surely through conquest and war, we lost this truth, we lost this information, and that they slowly poisoned it, not with the word, but with your understanding and with the systems they put in place to make you believe and react to certain things in certain ways. And they can do that. But we are stronger together. We are so much stronger when we all believe the same thing, when we're all on the same page. So I challenge you, walk away from the things of the flesh just long enough to gain the clarity of truth. I've tried to put my gifts towards human trafficking, and I've been silenced and tortured. But make no mistake, I'm coming for those kids. You know, I've been trying to